fast, fatal heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and past. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty, hello everybody, this is Q-Show here, and now, whenever we last left off with this series, quite a lot of things have happened. Now, in the last part, we had Deku, Amelia, and Claire. They had to escape when the base got struck by the Machine Man attack, and they used an old mining ship to get away. Now, they're currently trying to think of a plan. They got out of the hangar. They left the base. And right now, they have some options. And from what they're discussing currently, the best one is also one of the ones that are the most dangerous. There is option A. Head to the moon colony, the place humanity has established on the moon, as a residence and a town. If this place is still functioning and it wasn't hit by the attack, they'll be okay. They can stay there until everything blows over, find out what the human military can do, and even what the exo tech they've been using to develop weapons can do against the machine men. Option B. The place is fucked, and they're going to have to resort to either option C or option B. Option B being trying to head for the military base and seeing if anything is still functioning, seeing if they can take any military vessels, or even just call for a backup, or even to report that they're alive. And then there's actually option C. These mining ships, they were made to be used for mining asteroids, and even in certain, requirements or areas, deep space travel. With this ship being an older model, it cannot do deep space travel. However, it's already on the moon. And right now, they just need to get to a place where they're safe. And option C is that safe place. The space station orbiting the Earth. It's a fairly large station. If they get there, they'll be okay. They should be. However, they'll put them on the radar of the Machine Man. Now, Deku, he's currently at least looking around with a gun, making sure he looks at his map to see if there's anything that can surprise them, as he's currently looking through the observation glass. Okay, I don't like these options. Claire whipped both of her hands forwards on the accelerators, talking about how they really don't have very many. And right now, the ship, they're in danger of being blasted into space, or, more than likely, having their oxygen supply deplete. So right now, they're not exactly in the best of any situation. If I am to interject, Claire, I would like to say something about this conversation. Okay, go ahead. This entire situation is fucked. I just don't understand it. Now, Claire should immediately go to turn her head. Did she actually just say fuck? Claire, sorry. That just caught me off guard. I didn't know Amelia could, She lived around me for about a year. Makes sense. Okay, so, still trying to process that. Aside from what we're currently at least planning, does anybody have any good options? Because we actually have a fourth option, and right now I don't even know if that one would be good. What do you mean? Well, considering the fact that humans, they haven't had easy access to space travel before, EXO involvement, this option is the most dangerous one on the table. We try to land this thing on Earth. Claire, are you insane? No, but it's another option. Either we die on entry or we, explode. Or we survive. Considering the fact that you guys have telepathic powers, though, I'd say that we have a good idea of at least what to do. Maybe? Claire, our powers. Jesus Christ. I don't like those odds even with them. Besides, do you even know exactly what it needs to be done to make something stable on reentry? Um, yeah, you need tons of shielding, especially from the radiation. Yeah, that's kind of the problem. And that's just one of them. Okay, but seriously though, this thing has those exact same countermeasures. In fact, it's even sturdier. Hell, compared to what they had back then, back in the day, this thing is the best option. Okay. How much power do we have? About 42%. So that's a little under half. Is the laser connected directly to the power cell? Yes. Shit. Okay. Deku going to look around, as is this going to blast off a laser, asking if that did anything. Hmm? What did you do? Check. Still at 42. Good. Now, Deku going to start blasting wildly. After Claire is telling that it went down to 41, Deku he does get to stop. And he does just at least go to try and think about how long that was. He sent off a good number of bursts. And right now, he's at least liking their odds a little bit more. Option 3. Or option B. Option D is obviously off the fucking table. No fucking way. So, now, they're gonna try to think. As we do have where they all do start to put it to a vote. Claire's just thinking that the military base, yeah. If they head there, they'll at least probably be able to do something better. Be a bit more involved with this. However, there's option C, with which both Deku and Amelia are both leaning towards. As far as Deku is concerned, the other alien was his problem. This one, however, it sort of still is. But he just doesn't think he's equipped to take it on right now. And we do actually have where they do at least try to head for that space station. As on the way they do eventually encounter calms. And right now, they do at least try to call themselves in. As the people at the space station, they're confused and a bit more concerned. From their perspective, it was all hands on deck, and they're trying to report the strange commotion on the moon. However, whenever secure channel was opened and it was somebody human speaking, and well, it wasn't somebody they were authorized to be here, that's where some concerns were put in. Now, Claire, she did have to at least explain herself. They're from this moon base here, they have these authorization codes that they're supposed to say in case they've been ejected into space and they find somebody, or they can just at least give a name. And right now, after a bit of bickering back and forth, they do at least get pulled onto the station. And whenever that does actually happen, they're kind of surprised. A mechanic fixed up an old mining craft, or mining vessel. So, they're actually fairly skilled. Now, Deku and everybody, they're currently at least held for a bit of time. After they were able to confirm that this was Amelia Etzo, the princess of the Etzos, things were a bit more easygoing. A vessel was set up for her to be transported off of the base. And right now, the Etzos and humanity, they're currently at least going to send a small ship to get her. However, you do at least have the technology that the humans and Etzos have been developing to fight off the machine men and the orb aliens. Now, from what the Etzos described, these things, they are very, very dangerous. Some of the reports they do have are choppy at best about these things. However, from what they've been described as, they're like, well, it doesn't make sense. The best way to describe it would be as if a massive amount of debris formed into the body of an octopus, and it was able to fly out through space somehow. It just doesn't make sense. These things are able to redo their shapes and always shift around, and they're always seemingly hunting technology. Now, Deku, he does wonder about this. He gets more information about these things, and you do actually at least have where Claire and him, they do go to at least try and add their own information. And Claire does talk about exactly how the attack at the base went from her point of view. About how exactly the attack that was cast out, it looked like a giant fishnet that was thrown. It just spread out the same way. It hit them, yes, but it must have hit the military installation harder. Now, that does actually concern them. Now they know the information that these things are hunting down tech. And right now, they may have access to something very dangerous that was being developed on the moon. So, they're going to have to send in something very, very dangerous they've been developing on Earth. Now then, with that being said, we do actually have a bit of time later, where whenever Amelia's vessel does arrive, she actually does talk to Deku about exactly what's going to be happening, and she actually is a bit more concerned. Right now, she wants Deku to come with her, and she's even extended this offer to Claire, since right now, this place isn't too good. And Deku, yeah. Right now, he's thinking about a few things. This place here, it's under attack. Humanity, they didn't give him any recognition for killing the other alien. However, they blamed him for bringing the Etos to Earth. Many humans don't like him. And right now, if he does help out in the situation, he can not only protect Amelia, but even be looked at a bit more favorably. And Deku, he does just get to explain that to Amelia. As you have where the vessel it is about to leave. And Claire, she's at least going to sit down, and she's trying to think about exactly what to do. She talked to a few people on that base, and some, they congratulated her on her work. And they may or may not look into at least helping her out with tech. And right now she's freaking out. As we do actually have Deku and Amelia. Both of them are standing there. And Deku is at least talking about exactly how he's gonna at least try to help out. And see what he can do from here. You can't be serious. I am. Amelia, if things go good, and I manage to improve something, right now, that would help my image. Hell, maybe I can at least go back home. Down to Earth one day. Space isn't as all cracked up as it's cracked up to be. I understand that. And that is where your concerns do lie. I understand that you're doing this for your people, and Amelia, I'm not doing this for my people. I'm doing this for myself. I was at least trying to make you sound like a good person. Amelia, I'm not a good person. This will protect people, though. I gotta do something bad. Almost feels like I'm working again. I gotta do something dirty so everyone else stays clean. I'll come back to you, though. Now, you do actually have Claire. She's gonna turn. She doesn't want to admit it, but she's been paying attention. And right now, when she's gonna at least turn, she does look at the way Deku and Amelia are both looking at each other. And right now, it is kind of surprising. They do gotta give each other a hug. And she just does look at that. Friends? Seriously? These two, they're acting strange, though. But seriously, he's really going to try and go down that path. Now, we actually do have where the ship, it is going to leave. And right now, after Deku does talk to a few people, and even explain who he is, they do think that he might have a lot more information. And we do at least have currently in the hangar bay, where a few ships, they do come to land. And right now, something strange is at least going to pop out. Deku watches as one of the larger ships that do go to land, or at least dock into the station, they do have something come walking out. And right now, Deku, he's very surprised, as he looks at a mech suit. Now, Deku is just staring up at it. There's somebody inside. Jesus Christ. They've got to be at least 7, 8 feet tall in that thing. And then there's all the tech he's able to see. No, they'll be ripped apart though. Now, a few people do come walking out, as Amanda's come stepping forwards and go to inform all of them. Right now, this is currently their experimental armor that will be used for military combat. Right now, the world nations do believe that this is a good opportunity to test it, since, from what they do understand, their enemy is currently using unknown technologies to advance their own understanding of technology. So, what they are going to do is they are going to attack it, and they're going to try and take this thing on. And we do at least currently have Deku. He does this step forwards and vocalize his concern. He knows he's going to shout at the man that this is a stupid idea, and that right now they have no idea what they're walking right into. I'll have you know, I know exactly what I'm walking into, Mr. Izuku Midoriya. You know who I am. Yes, Mr. Midoriya. The man narrowing his eyes, asking if he wasn't supposed to be on the moon base. I escaped. Thing attacked the moon. I'm the guy who spotted it. Besides, I have a better understanding of that thing already than you do. You weren't there to see it. You didn't see what my friend saw. Besides, I already think I have an idea as to how to take these things down. A bit of a gift from my friend. Really good with machines, and I'm starting to get the hang of it too. Interesting. So, are you saying you'd like to, well, lead this mission? I'm not saying anything of the sort. I'm just saying I know what to do and what to look for. So, I suggest I join. Now, a few people in the room, they are staring at Deku. Some they want to laugh, but this guy has already killed one alien before, so is he able to do it this time again? Maybe he can try? Hell, even then it's worth a shot, right? Now, the person who started Deku, and Deku does ask the person if their, well, machines just so happen to operate off of electricity or electronics power cells. Yes, they do. Are they shielded against an EMP? What type of question is that? Of course they are. I doubt that. Whatever that thing sent out, it flashed with the light of the sun. And I can tell you, I was there to watch it. I almost got sucked into fucking space. So, how about this? You guys figure it out. Whatever that thing is, the power it let off, this electronic blast, it didn't seem normal. Did not seem normal. What do you mean? I don't know how to explain it. Even if I tried to, I'd be lost. But listen, you're practically sending those men on a suicide mission. So, listen. Just figure something out. Increase their shields. 200% if you need to. Just make sure nothing can get through them. I will not. These men, they are perfectly aware of their mission. And this is the latest in military-grade technology. Are you serious? Yes, the Etsos have had a very good helping hand on this project. And I'm confident that these men behind me, they will be able to handle this. just like the Edsos handled their own evacuation. Now, I believe they do listen to Deku, as he's the only human in the room who knows enough about the subject to say a word on it. And right now, a few of the Edsos in the room, they are actually staring at Deku. Some of them, they know what he's talking about. And right now, a few of them, they do at least go to look around towards each other and communicate. They want to know what they should do. They're not too sure if they should back him up on that. And Deku, he does try to keep pressing this. However, the man, he does this go to inform Deku. If he does want to suit up, then he can go right well ahead. The next couple suits, they're going to be coming here. And right now, he is going to be getting these men ready for their mission. Now, with that being said, a few people, they do come to arrive. And right now, they do at least try to drop off some extra suits they do have. Right now, they need to be assembled and put together, since these were some in the experimental phase of their own development. And some of them were still being engineered. And right now, there's even some that are currently being engineered as they are speaking. And the situation is unfolding. Now then, with that being said, these men, they are made well aware to their mission. They get ready with weaponry, and they do go to head out. As Deku does watch these men fly towards the moon. And as they start to hear their communications. As things, they do go a bit more bad. The men, they do arrive there, and they can tell from looking around, there's some strange atmospheric readings. And when they do at least get to check it, it does seem odd. The person who did send these men out there, the person who talked to Deku, they are looking at the readings. And they don't seem right. This, well, field, it just doesn't make sense. The electromagnetism in the air, it's not normal. It's off. It shouldn't be scientifically possible what they're seeing. Now, Deku, he does listen. As on the comms, you can hear where they do make contact with the creature, or the alien. And after about a few minutes or so and a large scuffle, even a man at least trying to fire as many rounds as he can and all of his ammunition into it, nothing happens. And whenever at least somebody, they do at least try to evacuate or leave, they're killed. Now, the person, they do at least go to look towards Deku. And Deku does at least talk about how he told them what to do, and they did not listen. So if they're going to be putting more men's lives on the line, at least take his goddamn advice first. Because he may not want to share any more of it, since he's always being written off just because he's the guy who they think sold out humanity. Now, they're just going to turn and walk away. As the doctor, they're trying to wonder about things. And they need to pick that guy's brain. With the new development they have, they'll be able to develop proper shielding against this attack. And maybe, just maybe, put up a better fight. Now then, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.